Did you know that 1 in 5 Americans live with a mental health condition, while 1 in every 20 has a serious condition? Our mental health requires just as much attention as our physical health. If you know what's right and what's not for your body, you should know the same for your mind. In this video, we will be covering 5 things that can damage your mental health. Stay until the end to learn how you can avoid them. One of the things that damage your mental health is phone overuse. With technology always on the rise, we have an endless supply of entertainment. No matter what you're into, whether it's sports or movies, DIY projects or daily vlogs, you won't run out of options. Even politics and conspiracy theories can take up your time if you fall victim to the ease of scrolling through a social media app. The constant stream of information online can mess you up, from picture-perfect lifestyles that can make you insecure, to disturbing facts you don't need to know. The web is a scary place to be in. Being attached to your smartphone may be fun or comforting for a while, but it's a threat to your mental well-being in the long run. Spending too much time on your screen can give you feelings of anxiety and depression. According to a study, excessive phone use is linked to higher depression rates among teenagers. Teens who spend more time away from their devices and engage in other activities are happier overall. Living in cyberspace can isolate you from the real world and deprive you of human interaction. Chats and messages are okay, but they are not enough. As normal people, we need each other's presence for both our physical and psychological health. If you're out of touch with reality on a regular basis, you may become more fearful and worried about real-life matters. Sadly, this mental state is for nothing. Social media and the internet in general are not always accurate despite how they appear. Everyone can spread fake news or lie to make himself look good. Sometimes the person you're jealous of is only hiding behind a clever scheme. You're unaware of it, so you keep getting bitter and trying hard to attain their level. When you don't have a healthy relationship with the net, you fall into a dark hole of despair and uncertainty. Second is unhealthy lifestyle. Not eating right and not moving much is a deadly combination for your mental health. If your body is not in good shape, your mind isn't as well. An inactive way of living can lead to ongoing stress or various psychological problems. The brain and the gut are closely connected. A troubled gut can send messages to the brain, and vice versa. Stress, anxiety, or depression can either trigger a result from a person's health issues. Moreover, research says that sitting for longer than 8 hours a day can lower motivation, cause exhaustion, and make it challenging to control worry and stress. People who do this over time face negative consequences on their mental health, even if they do brief, moderate exercise each week. Staying indoors a lot is also not ideal. Sunlight, nature, and fresh air are all great for your physical health. Denying your body of these essentials can only do harm to your overall well-being. On top of that, poor sleeping habits like sleeping late and getting just 4 hours of sleep at night add to the problem. Rest is vital for your health. Without it, your body cannot repair itself. Your mental health suffers when you have an unhealthy lifestyle. Another thing that damages your mental health is unrealistic expectations. You expect yourself, your loved ones, or events in your life to be just as you picture them to be. Holding yourself or others to a high standard is not healthy at all. Putting pressure on yourself and other people can cause extreme stress. Nobody's perfect. So if, for instance, you keep failing to act in line with your ideas, you feel like you're constantly screwing up. Your stubborn thinking will hurt your self-image. No one, including you, can fulfill your expectations 100%, and nothing happens just as you picture it most of the time. Waiting for everyone and everything to live up to your fantasy is a losing game. If you're a perfectionist, you're bound to be disappointed. You can only control so much. Just because you get to organize your schedule doesn't mean you can have someone always do as you say. Unrealistic expectations can make you blind to reality, and in the end, bring you to frustration, self-criticism, and depression. Next is negative thinking. If you have a negative mindset, negative thinking can lead to low self-esteem, unhealthy comparisons, procrastination, self-sabotage, anxiety, and depression. Because you see the downside to everything, you view it all as hopeless. You let yourself believe you're not enough and you have nothing much to offer. You might think withdrawing from society is okay and no one will notice your absence. Every time you talk to a friend, you can help but venting depressing thoughts which fuel your negativity even more. On the other hand, you might hold it all until you can't anymore. Based on psychology, negative thoughts are strongly held beliefs about yourself and the world that produce unpleasant emotions and undesirable impact on health. It's normal to experience having negative thoughts from time to time, as our thoughts are influenced by our environment and moments we go through in life. However, if they become a habit, that's a cause for concern. When you are a negative thinker, it's hard to adopt a flexible outlook, let alone try a more helpful perspective. You can't seem to see the positive side of any situation. You're unaware of what's really going on around you because your vision is clouded by judgment and pessimism. Negative thinking can make little things worse and ultimately cost you an unsound mind. Lastly, codependency. If you find yourself often looking to others for approval and support, you are codependent. Codependency is a psychological term that describes individuals who sense a great deal of dependence on particular loved ones in their lives and who also think they are responsible for how those loved ones feel. They seek out partners who can save them and whom they can save as well. They get so consumed in tolerating and taking care of them that they neglect themselves. Codependents grew up knowing intimacy is formed by accepting broken people. They are used to drama, so they are attracted to unstable people and have no interest in those who are emotionally healthy. They go all out for their partner, making huge sacrifices in spite of not receiving much in return. A codependent's goal usually revolves around their object of affection. When they build a family together with their partner, they tend to subconsciously recreate familiar dysfunctional patterns they pick up from their childhood. You may have trouble making decisions without first consulting the person you're codependent with. You don't trust yourself enough and you believe this other person is the only one who can provide what you lack. Still, you can't always tell them exactly what you think or how you feel because you're afraid of letting them down. You want to please them in every way, even if that means losing your identity in the process. Toxic relationships won't make you think twice, and you may even confuse pity with love. When it comes to romantic relationships, you don't stay single for long. Once you find someone you can be codependent with, you're not picky. You latch onto them. You are willing to endure anything just to keep the bond you have. You have no courage to say no to them, whatever they might want or ask of you. Self-respect and boundaries are forgotten. All you can think about is how important they are to you and how you can avoid making any mistakes in front of them. This is problematic behavior, regardless of what kind of relationship you have. Codependency can happen with family members, spouses, friends, and colleagues. A codependent individual would go to great lengths not to lose whoever is enabling their unhealthy behavior. Unfortunately, you can't entrust yourself in your whole life to anyone else other than yourself. Only you can take care of yourself best, and only you can deal with your personal matters. Not asking for help when you need it is just as bad as completely relying on another person for every single thing. Mental health is important and we all need to take it seriously. Phone overuse, unhealthy lifestyle, unrealistic expectations, negative thinking, and being codependent on others are bad for your mental health. If you're guilty of any of these, you must do your best to stop. Seek professional help if you need it. Take small, consistent steps every day.